Hello everyone, Volfey here. Nagentus is down and now we attack the ramparts, pushing through the front yard onto the main doors, where we find the biggest chunk of rocks formed into a boss ever. Seriously, how do you even down something this big? It's like ants attacking an elephant, but that's just game logic. Anyway, this is Supremus and he's the next step to take on if you want to progress further through the Black Temple. Supremus is quite easy and doesn't have that many mechanics and abilities. Average melee damage he deals will be around 6,500 with a decent swing timer. Tank healing alone will require a nice amount of casts and hots. Boss doesn't cleave and doesn't crush, so keep that in mind for strategy talk in a minute. Second ability is Hateful Strike. It will hit a non-tank player in melee range with the current highest health pool, which means you need stamina off tank who can soak all them hatefuls. Current highest HP means that if off tank is hit with a previous hateful and standing in fire, chilling at around 5k HP, someone else might get hit by hateful, because they have more HP. It hits for about 11 to 12,000, so in majority of cases, melee DPSers will get one-shotted by this, if off tank is not hit. Healers just need to keep both tanks topped off at all times. Molten Flame is much like Archimon's Doomfire, but blue, hits harder and doesn't leave a dot. However, it will follow a player, so run away in a straight line, don't run through other players and don't stand behind one another. Just a regular fire mechanic. It does hit decently hard at around 3,500 to 4,000, but as long as you move out right away, you should survive. Volcanic Gazers are dangerous ones. They spawn only in kite phase and deal 4,500 fire damage in 15 yards radius. They do have spawning animation and you need to run out of there ASAP. So to recap and explain phases, there are two and they switch every 60 seconds. Phase 1 is tank and spank. Melees, hateful and molten fire on the ground spawning, evade fire, heal tanks and spread around. Phase 2 is the kiting phase. Boss targets a random player and starts walking slowly towards him. Kite it away and don't climb on any obstacles. If the targeted player is closer, the boss will use a molten punch, knock the player back and continue walking towards him again. If the player is further than 40 yards, the boss will get a temporary speed boost. Every target is fixated for about 10 seconds, but it can get changed sooner for whatever reason. Phase 2 is pretty much Darkener from Kelta's fight, but with volcanoes spawning around. DPS can continue in this phase, but if you get fixated, just run away. After 60 seconds of chasing, the boss will go back into phase 1 and the threat will be wiped and resetted. So pew pew misdirections in case the tank is further away. Also, tanks can stack on one another or stand closer for chain healing. There isn't much more to talk about. One of the easiest bosses mechanic wise. Hardest job will be on the healers keeping up tank and off tank, considering the DPSers will get out of fire quickly. And rage timer is quite long at 15 minutes, so even with few deaths, the boss is killable. So after all that, I'd give this boss another 2 out of 5, because I think that there are way harder bosses in this instance. Killing Supremus will unlock the doors behind him and then you get a choice of killing the next 4 bosses in any order you want. But until then, kill the like and subscribe button for extra loot. Let's talk a little bit about the trash leading up to Supremus. There aren't many, but they do put up a fight. Bonjour, Taskmaster and Workers come as a package. Nothing special, basic melee attacks. AoE tank and kill Workers, but first focus down the Taskmaster, as he is enraging Workers. Also he is not tauntable, so be careful. Dragon Maw Wormcaller has a cleave, immune to taunt and sheep, but can be disarmed however. They come in a pack of 2. If there are 2 Windreavers flying above them, well, you will learn why are they called Wormcallers. Dragon Maw Windreavers are more dangerous than others, because most of the time they are flying and spamming Shadow, Fire and Frost AoE spells on their highest threat target, which is mostly some caster or healer. Focus one by one, try to outrange it so it gets down on the ground. Dragon Maw Skystalkers are just hunters of dragons. Don't hurt that much, they have an immolation arrow, so just move out of the fire patch on the ground. Lastly, Illidari Fearbringer does not fear like name suggests, however he has Illidari Flame, so turn it away from the raid. Warstomp will stand the entire raid. It can be dangerous in combination with Reign of Chaos, which does hit for a nice amount. Be ready to move out of it and survive. Try to pull these one by one, it's quite tricky to handle 2 at the same time, cause it can cause a wipe. Overall, this trash is quite easy if you're a coordinated and controlled group. Listen to the tank or raid leader and it's a GG. I'm sure that you're gonna have fun with Supremus. I like the fight always, cause I'm a fan of his colors. He's my copycat brother. Thanks for checking out Supremus guide. Rest of Black Temple guides coming soon. Stay safe and have fun playing the game. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.